Worship as a Lifestyle. By David Branch. Acts 2, 42-47, in New Living Translation. All the believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, and to fellowship, and to sharing in meals, including the Lord's Supper, and to prayer. A deep sense of awe came over them all, and the apostles performed many miraculous signs and wonders. And all the believers met together in one place and shared everything they had. They sold their property and possessions and shared the money with those in need. They worshipped together at the temple each day, met in homes for the Lord's Supper, and shared their meals with great joy and generosity, all the while praising God and enjoying the goodwill of all the people. And each day the Lord added to their fellowship those who were being saved. Worship is a verb. Worship, abbreviation. To adore, to pay divine honors to reverence with supreme respect and veneration. Thou shalt worship no other God in Exodus 34. To respect, to honor, to treat with civil reverence. Nor worshipped with a waxen epitaph. To honor with extravagant love and extreme submission, as a lover. With bended knees I daily worship her. Worship, intransitive verb. To perform acts of adoration. To perform religious service. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain in John 4. Hebrews 13, verses 15 and 16, in New Living Translation. Don't love money, be satisfied with what you have. For God has said, I will never fail you. I will never abandon you. So, we can say with confidence, the Lord is my helper, so I will have no fear. What can mere people do to me? Questions. Are you giving a sacrifice of praise? What makes it a sacrifice? Time, pride, money? Romans 12, verse 1, in King James Version. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Romans 12, verse 1, in Message Version. So, here's what I want you to do, God helping you, take your everyday, ordinary life, your sleeping, eating, going to work, and walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. Embracing what God does for you is the best thing you can do for Him. Wired for our worship. Ecclesiastes 3, verse 11, in Amplified Classic. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He also has planted eternity in men's hearts and minds, a divinely implanted sense of a purpose working through the ages which nothing under the sun, but God alone can satisfy, yet so that men cannot find out what God has done from the beginning to the end. C.S. Lewis wrote, we delight to praise what we enjoy because the praise not merely expresses but completes the enjoyment. The sacrifice of praise will actually close the gap that we often keep between us and God. We are never closer to the Garden of Eden than when we're walking with a continual sacrifice of praise. Waves crashing in the ocean. Sunrise. Sunset. Snow-covered landscape. Birth of a child. Standing on the peak of a mountain. Begin with praise. Psalm 113, verse 3, in Amplified Classic. From the rising of the sun to the going down of it, and from east to west, the name of the Lord is to be praised. Start your day right. Question to ask ourselves. How can we continually praise if we don't start every day with it? Start your day reminding God who He is. Take a lesson from David. Psalm 8, verse 1, in English Standard Version. O Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Psalm 18, verse 1, in English Standard Version. I love you, O Lord, my strength. Psalm 46, verse 1, in King James Version. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 23, verse 1, in English Standard Version. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Few things to keep in mind. Praising God puts in our place. Beginning our worship with praise overcomes our self-centeredness. Praise changes our perspective. Praise reminds us that God is God and we are not.